Are you tired of crowded airports, restrictive itineraries, and bureaucratic hurdles just to take a few days' escape? Imagine stepping off a plane, walking directly through customs, and heading straight to the beach, all without needing to present a visa. Why are increasing numbers of Americans flocking to specific Caribbean islands each year? The reasons are simple: sunshine, turquoise waters, and an absence of paperwork. These destinations offer more than just picturesque scenery. They represent strategic advantages for passport holders. There are no embassy visits, no interviews, and no stress involved. Furthermore, some of these locations permit stays of up to half a year with remarkable ease. So, which islands are extending such a welcoming invitation? Let's explore 10 Caribbean countries that U.S. citizens can visit visa-free in 2025. Number 10. The Bahamas. Featuring crystal-clear blue waters, postcard-perfect beaches, and a relaxed culture, the Bahamas might sound like a dream. But did you know this Caribbean nation allows U.S. citizens to stay for up to 8 months without ever applying for a visa? Yes, a full 8 months. It might surprise you how many Americans are quietly making this their winter home without purchasing property, seeking permanent residency, or navigating the expected bureaucracy. Simply pack your bags, present your valid U.S. passport, and you gain entry. There are no required embassy visits or interviews. Conveniently, it's only about an hour's flight from Florida. With over 700 islands and cays, there is ample space to spread out, disconnect, and escape the usual rush. Intriguingly, some of these islands are so secluded that they feel like privately discovered worlds. Could this be paradise hiding in plain sight? Number 9. Barbados. It isn't solely the beaches that attract visitors to Barbados, it's the lifestyle. What if I told you there's a Caribbean country that permits U.S. travelers to experience island life for up to 6 months, completely visa-free? Welcome to Barbados. Moreover, it's not just tourists passing through. Digital nomads, retirees, and even young families are choosing to stay longer and thoroughly enjoy it. The reason? Barbados is one of the few Caribbean nations offering high-speed internet, modern infrastructure, and year-round sunshine. Here's something many people are unaware of. Barbados ranks as one of the most developed islands in the region. Yet, you can arrive without a visa and seamlessly integrate into the local rhythm as if you've always belonged. Consider this: 6 whole months of freedom, warm breezes, and no immigration hassles. That isn't merely a vacation, it's potentially a second life. Before continuing, please consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications. This helps us continue bringing you travel hacks, hidden gems, and incredible destinations that most people never discuss. Number 8. St. Kitts and Nevis. Imagine a place where the sound of traffic is replaced by the rustling of palm trees, where the skyline consists of volcanic peaks instead of concrete towers, and where U.S. citizens can arrive, stay for months, and never need to apply for a visa. That place is St. Kitts and Nevis. You might be surprised how few people can even locate this twin island nation on a map. However, despite its small size, it offers one of the Caribbean's most underrated visa-free escapes. Americans can stay for up to 6 months with no questions asked, no paperwork, and no consulate visits required. A valid U.S. passport is all that's needed for entry. Number 7. St. Lucia. Not all islands are created equal. Some leave an imprint on your passport, while others leave a mark on your soul. Then there is one that does both, without requiring a visa. That island is St. Lucia. Just imagine arriving, bypassing any embassy hassle, and immediately immersing yourself in 6 weeks of unfiltered beauty. Yes, 6 weeks visa-free. However, don't let the relatively short duration fool you. This island is packed with more natural drama than most countries 10 times its size. From the twin volcanic peaks, the Pitons, rising majestically like something out of Jurassic Park, to sulfur springs where you can bathe in volcanic mud. It's all real and awaiting your arrival. Before we move on, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon. It's the best way to support us and ensure you never miss out on these travel secrets. Number 6. Grenada. You can often smell it before you even land, not the ocean breeze, but something richer, warmer, earthier, like cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg carried on the wind. This isn't just a Caribbean fantasy. It's a real destination that welcomes U.S. citizens without a visa for up to 90 days. Welcome to Grenada. They call it the Spice Isle, and not just because it exports nearly 1/3 of the world's nutmeg. This is the kind of place where the markets smell like a grandmother's kitchen, and the sunsets resemble oil paintings. Beyond its beauty, Grenada holds another secret. It's incredibly easy for Americans to enter. No visa, no consulate visits, just your passport and a plane ticket are needed. It's surprising how many travelers overlook this island while heading to more commercialized spots. But here, the water glows turquoise and the beaches, particularly Grand Anse, stretch impressively long. Let's discuss real freedom. Grenada features an underwater sculpture park, yes, underwater. There are crater lakes hidden within the mountains, and on some days, it can feel as though you have the entire island almost to yourself. Number 5. Dominica. Imagine rainforests so dense they appear untouched by time, rivers weaving through valleys like intricate veins, and waterfalls that don't just trickle, they roar. The truly surprising aspect? U.S. citizens can explore all of this natural splendor for up to 6 months, completely visa-free. This is Dominica. It's important not to confuse it with the Dominican Republic. This island is an entirely different world. Known as the Nature Isle of the Caribbean, Dominica caters more to travelers than tourists. You might be surprised how many people miss it entirely. There are no mega resorts or flashy billboards here, just authentic, raw beauty and arguably more hiking trails than highways. Despite its wild appearance, Dominica is incredibly welcoming. It's English-speaking, peaceful, and its people are proud. Locals will readily guide you to hot springs, show you hidden rivers, and may even invite you to share a meal like family. It's more than just an island, it possesses a palpable heartbeat. Have you ever soaked in a natural hot spring located within a rainforest? Here, that could simply be a Tuesday activity. And the visa-free stay is one of the longest available in the entire region. 6 months to unplug, recharge, and rediscover what life feels like when you're off the grid. Some visitors come intending to stay for a week and end up canceling their return flights. You might think paradise requires meticulous planning, but here, all you truly need is a passport and a sense of wonder. Number 4. Antigua and Barbuda. What if you could wake up each morning and walk along a new beach every single day for an entire year? No repeats, just endless stretches of sand, water, and sunshine. That dream is a reality in Antigua and Barbuda. This twin-island nation boasts an incredible 365 beaches, one for every day on the calendar. And here's the truly appealing part. U.S. travelers do not need a visa. Not for a week, not even for a month. Americans can stay for up to 6 months visa-free. There are no consulate appointments and no paperwork involved. Just grab your passport and step into this paradise. Number 3. Jamaica. What if you could land on one of the most iconic islands on Earth, bypass any visa complications, and stay for up to 6 months? There are no tricks or fine print involved, just music, beaches, mountains, and complete freedom. That island is Jamaica. Interestingly, most people only stay for about a week, often unaware that they could potentially remain for half a year without needing to visit an embassy. Now, everyone knows Jamaica for its reggae music, jerk chicken, and turquoise waters. But there is much more to discover. The Blue Mountains hold secrets within their mist. Rivers like the Martha Brae wind through untouched jungle landscapes. And in some fishing villages, you'll observe the same traditional wooden boats that have been used for generations. You might be surprised how quickly the noise of everyday life fades away here. Whether you're cliff jumping in Negril or sipping coffee harvested from volcanic soil, something about Jamaica has a way of resetting you. It's not just about escaping, it's about reconnecting. The culture here is deep, proud, and alive in every drumbeat, every handshake, and every pot of steaming curry goat. 6 months without a visa isn't just a vacation, it can be a transformation. All it takes is your passport. Number 2. Trinidad and Tobago. What if your next getaway offered wild rainforests, world-class festivals, secluded beaches, and a full 90 days to explore it all, with no visa required? That's exactly what awaits you in Trinidad and Tobago. Most people immediately think of carnival, calypso, and steel drums, and they aren't wrong. However, you might be shocked by how much more this twin island republic has to offer. For U.S. citizens, it's a stress-free destination, 3 full months visa-free, requiring no consulate visits and no forms to complete. Here's an interesting aspect. Trinidad and Tobago are two distinctly different worlds. Trinidad is bold, bustling, and full of life. Picture vibrant food markets, lively music scenes, and a nightlife that doesn't easily quit. Then, take a short 25-minute flight or ferry ride, and you arrive in Tobago, where time slows down to the rhythm of the waves and whispering palm trees. Furthermore, this is one of the most biodiverse countries in the region. Do you want to hike to hidden waterfalls in the northern range? Or kayak through bioluminescent waters that glow beneath your paddle? It's all possible here. You might be surprised by how much of this country remains relatively untouched. Quiet beaches where sea turtles nest, villages where fishermen still set out at dawn, and a rainforest reserve that has been protected since the 1700s. Long before conservation became a mainstream concept. But the real magic lies in the cultural mix. You can taste influences from Africa, India, China, and Europe in a single meal, hear multiple languages spoken in one conversation, and watch diverse traditions blend into something completely unique. Still think unforgettable experiences must come with a visa headache? Think again. Number 1. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There exists a chain of islands so breathtakingly beautiful it scarcely looks real. Volcanoes rise dramatically above crystal-clear waters, and sailboats drift serenely between secluded coves. Yet, U.S. citizens can enter for an initial period of up to 30 days, completely visa-free. This is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. However, most people typically only hear about the affluent yachting crowd associated with the area. What they often don't know is that this nation remains raw, rugged, and authentic. St. Vincent itself is mountainous and somewhat mysterious, featuring trails that wind through lush jungles and lead to hidden black sand beaches. Then there are the Grenadines, smaller islands like Bequia, Cunawan, and Union Island. They are generally quiet, feel relatively undiscovered, and evoke a sense of the Caribbean before the large crowds arrive. You might be shocked by how much you can experience here. Even in just a few days, snorkeling over shipwrecks, sailing with locals, or sipping fresh coconut water purchased from a roadside stand where time seems inconsequential. Here's a hidden advantage. Because tourism hasn't overwhelmed this location, its authenticity remains largely intact. You'll find family-run inns, unspoiled coral reefs, and villages where people might know your name after just a couple of days. No visa, no stress. Just pure, unfiltered escape. So, are you ready to trade your office view for a hammock in the Grenadines? Now you know the truth. You don't necessarily need a visa to experience paradise. From St. Lucia's volcanic peaks to Antigua's 365 beaches, from the raw nature of Dominica to the infectious rhythm of Jamaica, these Caribbean escapes are accessible visa-free for U.S. citizens for notable durations. Yet, most people may never realize this. That's why we create this content, to bring you real stories, real places, and real travel freedom. So, if you found this information helpful, please don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs a break from the ordinary. Because sometimes, the best adventures don't require permission, just a passport. We'll see you in the next one.